7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Stop. Good Falcon, good Dragon. Godspeed. Axiom-1.
Together, a new chapter begins. Godspeed, AX-1.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
T plus 38 seconds into this historic mission, flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9.
Telemetry nominal. Stage 1 throttle down.
Throttling down in the preparation for max dynamic pressure.
Falcon 9 is supersonic. Execute. Stage 1 throttle up.
Merlin 1D engines coming back up to power.
Copy 1 Bravo.
The crew calling out 1 Bravo should an escape situation arise and tells the Dragon flight computer what profile to fly using the Super Draco engines. But everything is looking good on Falcon 9. We're getting nominal callouts from all the engineers and a great view from the ground camera and the onboard cameras.
Impact chill underway.
Beginning to chill in the second stage turbo pump in preparation for its ignition coming up in just over half a minute from now. Coming up on about 3.5 G's acceleration for the crew. We'll begin throttling down the Merlin engines to hold that level of acceleration. Next event coming up, we're going to get main engine cutoff of the main engines. Get stage separation and ignition of the second stage engine. Before the throttle down call out, we're holding 3.5 G's for the crew.
And Nico.
Successful stage separation and ignition of the second stage engine. On the left, the titanium grid fins beginning to slowly deploy. Great views from the first stage camera. The first stage now begins a slow flip maneuver. You can see the white nitrogen gas plumes as we reorient for an entry back through the Earth's atmosphere a little bit later in the plus count. Second stage, we see the engine nozzle glowing red. Everything continuing to look good on the second stage. Should be hearing call-outs coming up to the crew here shortly on how the trajectory is looking.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
It's what we like to hear.
Signal Bermuda.
AOS Bermuda acquisition signal. The Bermuda tracking station now getting telemetry from the second stage of the Falcon 9 with the Dragon on top. T plus 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Everything continues to be nominal. First stage coasting to apogee, and then it'll come back down for landing on the drone ship. Second stage partway through its lengthy burn to get the crew into orbit. So Kate, 4.5 minutes in, everything continues to look good.
What a absolutely picture-perfect liftoff. Got a live view of the crew inside Dragon Endeavour. Looks like everyone is still pretty comfy. As John had said earlier, we got
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
All right, good call out there. That trajectory is nominal. As John mentioned, we got to about 3.5 G's there.
Position signal New Hampshire.
On the left-hand side of your screen, we can see the first stage as it is making its way back down to Earth. It's targeting a landing on our drone ship, a short haul of Gravitas, which is parked a couple hundred miles off the coast of Florida, out in the Atlantic Ocean. Second stage on the right-hand side, everything continues to be nominal there, as the MVAC engine is powering the second stage and Dragon Endeavour to its targeted drop-off orbit. Absolutely beautiful views of both the first and second stages.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
All right, so coming up in about a minute and a half, the first stage will execute the first of 2 burns required for today's landing attempt. At about T plus 7 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll see the entry burn begin. That's where the first stage will ignite the center engine first, and then a couple seconds later ignite 2 more engines, so a total of 3 engine burn, which will last about 29 seconds. The entry burn slows the vehicle down significantly as it re-enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. The first stage sees high drag, which scrubs roughly 70% of that velocity by the time that the landing burn begins. Stunning view where you can see the curvature of the Earth there on the left-hand side.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
Stunning view where you can see the curvature of the Earth there on the left-hand side.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
There you can see the nitrogen gas thrusters. That's the puff of gas that you see there occasionally. That's used for attitude control systems. We also utilize those grid fins that you see. There are 4 of them placed around the booster. And those grid fins also help steer for a precise landing. Either at
Stage 1 entry burn startup. Stage 2.
All right, there we can see that entry burn has begun. We are targeting a landing on our drone ship, a short haul Gravitas, today. Everything continuing to look nominal with trajectory and MVAC performance there for our second stage on the right-hand side. So we are conducting the entry burn. Previously, the booster was...
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
That entry burn helps slow the booster down. It was going about 25 times the speed of sound. So we slow it down as it re-enters the dense part of the Earth's atmosphere. The next event is second engine cutoff, or SECO-1, as you see it there on the timeline at the bottom of your screen.
Touch you with thermal guidance.
That's where we shut down the MVAC engine, or second engine cutoff.
Copy, Shannon. Stage 1 transonic.
Note that our landing burn and second engine cutoff will occur about the same time.
Shut down.
All right, you got a live view of the crew inside Dragon Endeavour there on the right-hand side of your screen.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Landing burn has begun for the first stage.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal orbit insertion.
All right, great news there. Dragon Endeavour, nominal orbit insertion.
SpaceX Endeavour, we copy, and it's great to be here. 0G at 845.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed. SpaceX Dragon launch skip system disarmed.
As you can see, this Falcon 9 has landed for the 5th time. All the while, great commentary there.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed. SpaceX Dragon launch skip system disarmed.
As you can see, this Falcon 9 has landed for the 5th time. All the while, great commentary there.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed. SpaceX Dragon launch skip system disarmed.
As you can see, this Falcon 9 has landed for the 5th time. All the while, great commentary there.
Landing confirmed.
Well, we can confirm the landing. Confirm landing there of the first stage booster. Also, almost simultaneously, great news for the second stage. We heard that there was nominal orbit insertion for Crew Dragon Endeavour. There you can see a live view inside our Dragon. Looks like the crew is beginning to adjust to 0G. And if you look at the right-hand side corner, it looks like we can see the 0G indicator.
That was one of the things I really wanted to see, what they were going to bring for the zero-G indicator, so I can't wait to see what comes on.
It looks, I can't quite tell, Pokemon? Maybe, okay, well, hopefully it'll come into closer view.
Yeah,
But
if not, we'll get to ask them later, hopefully.
yeah, great to see the crew here again, starting to, really getting their first taste of microgravity.
Yeah.
Oh, it has ears. Oh, it's a bunny. Is that Thumper?
I think it might be.
I think that's Thumper from Bambi. Love it. So right now, the second stage is basically preparing for Dragon separation. We are, the next step now that, as we have said, Dragon has nominal orbital insertion, the second stage and Dragon will separate. Views there of our MVAC engine, now shut off, no longer glowing that lovely shade of orange. Right now, the second stage is about 200 kilometers above Earth. Preparing now for stage separation. Excuse me, for Dragon separation. For those of you that have just recently joined us, we had an on-time liftoff of the Axiom-1 crew. They are now in space and coming up to separation from second stage, at which point they will then begin to make their journey, continue their journey to the International Space Station. The view that you're currently looking at is inside the Dragon trunk, which, as you can see, has just separated from the second stage.
On behalf of the Falcon 19, welcome to space. Thanks for flying Falcon 9. You guys enjoy your trip to that wonderful space station in the sky. Do some great research for us. We'll look to see you back here on the ground. Now stand by for some more LD.
And MLA and the rest of the crew Endeavour. Glad we got to have some fun this morning. We'll probably be calling in early weekend over here at Cape. Pass you over to Ann and the team. They'll be in good hands. Godspeed Endeavour. Enjoy the rest of your flight. Cheers.
Hey, Mark. It was a lot of fun. I ventured to guess we had a little bit more than you, but we sent you and your launch team first, you and the Falcon 19. It was a hell of a ride, and we're looking forward to the next 10 days.
All right, some nice words there from a couple of key folks.
So you have been witnessing, as we have, history in the making here with the successful launch of Axiom-1's the mission to get to the International Space Station. This would be the first mission that is fully private, and that is the big deal here. If I can bring it back down to the ground as we watch some of these images, just of our experience here at the CBS studio in Kennedy Space Center, is when this thing took off, the entire building shook, the windows rattled, all our lights started to do a little bit of shaking, and you could hear the car alarms behind me, the alarms going off. Just the power of these rockets, nowhere near what the shuttle was, is what I'm told, but still, it never ceases to amaze just to watch these things go up in the air. And as we heard there, everything very calculated, and it appears that everything went exactly as planned. Is that correct, Bill?
Yeah, as far as we can tell, it was picture perfect, no technical issues whatsoever. They hit all their marks all the way to orbit. Very clean launch so far. We don't know today, of course, but it sure looked like as good a flight as they could hope for.
All right, so the Dragon spacecraft will take about 20 hours or so to catch up with the ISS, and docking is expected around 7:45 tomorrow morning. Bill Harwood, I should say thank you so much for being with us to discuss this historic mission. For now, we'll take you back to the broadcast center in New York.